Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard lawsuit that's been going on. You guys have probably seen a lot about this in the news if you haven't really been watching my videos. I've made, I think, 2 or 3 videos now kind of talking about this trial, which has been lasting for 6 weeks now. This is the last week of the entire thing. It's supposed to wrap up tomorrow after 6 weeks of deliberation and testimony and stuff like that. It's been a pretty major news story, probably one of the biggest stories of 2022 so far. Obviously, we've heard pretty much a lot of different things happen in this entire case, and I haven't made a video talking about it in a few weeks now, so I kind of wanted to come and update you guys on some of the more recent things that have been going on in the case, and talk about whether or not I think Johnny Depp really has a chance to win this entire thing. Plus, I kind of want to talk about some of the public reaction that I've seen to this whole situation as well. I do want to say before we get any further into the video, though, that YouTube has been demonetizing any content talking about this trial whatsoever, so there's a pretty good chance that this video ends up demonetized. If you'd like to support my content and help fund videos that do end up getting demonetized, I encourage you to head over to shopthem.us. You can find the link down below. It's basically my merch store. We have t-shirts, coffee, mouse pads, all kinds of different things. Whatever you could honestly want, you can get. It supports the channel thousands of times more than watching a YouTube ad, and you also get something out of it. So yeah, I encourage you guys to head over there. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the coverage. So, supermodel Kate Moss testified Wednesday that her ex-boyfriend Johnny Depp never pushed her down a flight of stairs and suggested he was never violent with her, refuting a claim that Amber Heard had made on the stand. Moss, 48, wearing a black blazer over a blouse, addressed jurors in Fairfax County Circuit Court in Virginia via a live video link from Gloucester, England. The Pirates of the Caribbean star and Moss dated from 1994 to 1998. Depp's lawyer Ben Chu asked Moss whether anything happened when the pair took a vacation to the Golden Eye Resort in Jamaica, and she explained that she had an accident. So this actually refutes one of the claims that was made by Amber Heard on the stand, which is actually not rare in this case. She's said multiple things on the stand, which, by the way, you do under oath of not lying, because that's, I think, considered perjury in court if you lie under oath on the stand. But she said that this was something that happened on the stand, and Kate Moss, who is obviously a direct witness to it, as it's supposedly involving her, has come out and directly said that Johnny Depp never did this, and also adds in that Johnny Depp was never violent with her, which obviously, you know, like people who have a history of being abusive and whatnot, they typically have that history that kind of follows them, right? They don't just usually abuse only one of their partners. Usually, if they're going to be an abusive person and whatnot, they're going to abuse people, multiple people, over their entire lifetimes, right? So it seems like a lot of people in their personal life who knows Johnny Depp and everything, they have kind of been more or less on his side this entire time. Which, of course, that doesn't guarantee that he wasn't abusive towards Amber Heard by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, when you have multiple eyewitnesses come forward and refute claims that this woman has made who's accusing Johnny Depp of abusing her, that kind of really starts to, you know, muddy the waters a little bit. That definitely starts to raise a lot of questions and, you know, confuse a lot of people about what you're actually saying, because if you're getting on the stand and saying things like, oh, Johnny Depp abused his ex-girlfriend Kate Moss or whatever, right, and then Kate Moss gets on the stand and she's like, yeah, by the way, that never happened, that makes you look like a pretty big liar. And of course, this isn't the first time that something Amber has said has been refuted by eyewitnesses or by testimony. In fact, a little later in this video, we're going to be talking about somebody who came in and refuted something else and actually was in favor of Johnny Depp. So let's go ahead and finish this part up, though, and kind of continue the story, because she does actually directly testify to what happened. Quote, "We were leaving the room and Johnny left the room before I did, and there had been a rainstorm," Moss testified. "As I left the room, I slipped down the stairs and I hurt my back, and I screamed because I didn't know what happened to me, and I was in pain, and he came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention." Chu asked the British fashion icon if Depp ever pushed her in any way. Quote, "He never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs," replied Moss, who said it was the first time she had ever testified in a court proceeding. So once again, obviously, if someone comes out who's had a pretty good history with this guy, I mean, for 4 years they dated and everything, back in the 90s, right? And they say that he had no type of history of acting this way, that definitely puts a little bit of a damper on your testimony that says that he has a history of acting this way, and even directly testifying that he did something to the person who's now testifying that that never happened, right? Like, it's not a good look for Amber Heard, who obviously has had this kind of negative reputation building up even more as this trial's gone on. Like, people have definitely been, I would say, more in favor of Johnny Depp at this point. Public opinion seems to definitely be on his side. Like, you have hashtags like the hashtag justice for Johnny Depp and everything that trend on social media all the time. I really think that so far this court case is going in Johnny Depp's favor. Not in terms of him winning. I don't know if he's going to win this case or not. It's going to be a pretty hard shoot on whether or not he wins this, because it's really up to the jury. But when it comes to the court of public opinion, I would say that Johnny Depp's probably already won. The only people I've really seen defending Amber Heard are like people who are blatantly mad that the victim of domestic violence this time was actually a man, or just like people who are actually just massive fans of Amber Heard. But this isn't even the first time that testimony has come back in favor of Johnny Depp in recent memory. In fact, we're about to take a look at basically they actually got a hand surgeon to testify in this entire thing, because if you didn't know, one of the major incidents between Depp and Heard was when Amber Heard allegedly threw a wine bottle at Johnny Depp, which broke and severed his finger. That was like one of the major things that's obviously been talked about a lot in this case. So they went and they got a hand surgeon named Dr. Richard Gilbert, who, by the way, did not treat Johnny Depp, but did review his medical records, and he basically backed the Johnny Depp version of events, that he had lost his fingertip when a vodka bottle, was thrown at him. When asked if Johnny Depp could have sustained the injury in the way that was described by the Depp team, he did respond, quote, "I do believe so," meaning that an actual hand surgeon slash somebody who knows the anatomy of the hand very well has backed up Johnny Depp in this situation, saying it's entirely credible that Amber Heard threw this bottle and severed his finger in the way that she did, which is yet another big testimony in favor of Johnny Depp in this entire situation. Obviously, you can't really not describe that as abuse, right? If you throw a bottle at somebody, you've basically now weaponized that piece of glass against them. And I mean, we're talking about an incident in which someone's fingertip was literally severed, right? We're not talking about like, oh, a little cut and bruise. We're talking about someone's finger literally getting mopped, you know? Now, just a few hours ago, Amber Heard also tripped on her words on the stand during cross-examination by Johnny Depp's lawyer, Camille Vasquez. This was all in reference to an alleged December 15th, 2015 fight between the former couple, where basically there was a photo of a spilled wine bottle being shown. And Amber Heard actually struggled to place the image in context. She didn't really have any sort of productive things to say about the image. She was then shown a second identical image to the entire thing, and it didn't really work out. She struggled to identify the photos from the alleged brawl and everything, which, in my opinion, right, if Johnny Depp was so abusive and did so many wrong things, you'd be able to remember what happened, right? You'd be able to remember these kinds of moments. If you guys got in a big fight like that and there was spilled wine and everything everywhere. Personally, if something like that happened to me, I mean, I think I would remember it, but of course, you know, I guess she just has amnesia or something like that. She just doesn't know what happened. Amber Heard went on to say that she was not shocked by Kate Moss's testimony and everything, and she was actually surprised by the number of people who testified for Johnny Depp, and said, quote, "I know how many people will come out of the woodwork to be in support of Johnny." Yeah, it's probably because, well, throughout this entire trial, Amber Heard has been caught in a multitude of lies, and pretty much everything that she and her lawyers have said has been pretty easily refuted. So, I mean, in that instance, I would be pretty not shocked if it ended up getting exposed to the world too. So anyway, with that being said, I just wanted to cover everything that's kind of been going on. I may or may not stream tomorrow to talk about everything after it all wraps up and we finally get everything to kind of get handled with that. So I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not, but I do believe this is the last video, if not the second to last video that I'm going to make about this entire subject. It depends on really what the ruling is in this entire thing before I decide to make another video about it. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard lawsuit, and signing out.